Hello again, and welcome to Tina's Dreamy Creations. This is the second part to yesterday. Like I said, I'm still new with this recording stuff, so bear with me as I'm learning. The only way I'm going to learn is to jump in and do it. So yesterday, we did the yellows and blues across. Isn't that pretty? But this is going to be the bottom. And that what's going to be the top, but this is going to be the bottom of the top, if that makes sense. So that needs more. I would have filled it up yesterday, but the way I did the blue and the yellow, I don't know if you can see. I'm still learning to see how you can see on this camera. I don't know if you can see the way the cross formed in the middle. I thought that was so pretty, and I didn't want to disturb it and change it. So I left it, so I need to do another coat on top of this. I'm going to do a clear with some crystal in it. And here is the butterfly that I domed. Isn't that pretty? I love these. They're so pretty. So that one's a butterfly I domed. Let's see. Here's the cross box. This one, the bottom got finished, so I'm going to take this one out of the mold. It's a cross box. Ooh, that's pretty. Trying some new colors because I don't work with yellow a lot. Oh, look at that, so pretty. You can see the sides. That's the bottom. So this is the top that will go on here, but it'll go on like this. So I hope I can see that cross the way it came out in the middle. Because there's no like line in there, so I don't know. It just came out like a perfect line of a cross. So I thought that was unique, so I didn't want to change it. So we'll just put some clear coat on that part with some unicorn art crushed crystal, which I just got this month and I love. I see a lot of resiners make it. I mean, use it to make stuff. So there's the box. Here is a box that I made a few days ago, off camera, clear with the unicorn crystal, and I used one of those little birds, the bird molds. I used a little dove to put on the middle, so I thought that was really pretty. Okay, what else do we got? Here's the bathtub we made. Fingers down in here to stretch it. Sorry, I've got to hold it up against my chest a little bit to open it up. So I just pull that part back and then pull the rest of this out. Kind of roll it a little bit, pull it, and there we go. Very nice. I love making these little claw tubs. Turn your mold back inside out. There's the little birdies. Like the one that's on top of the cross box. Very nice. Oh, I got a little bubble on the beak, but I can fix that with a little dot of UV resin. It's the first one I messed up the beak. But yeah, that's really pretty. I can fix that. And then I took the fishy out, the little yellow fishy. Fishy, swim, swim, swim. Here's the dove. Sorry, sometimes you have to take a mold up against your chest to get it loose and out of frame of the camera. So I'm still learning about the frame of the camera, the recording process, the downloading. Ooh, pretty little dove. I just love these little molds. Like I said, you can use these, like I could UV resin it right there or whatever. There's a lot of things you can use that for. I could do the butterfly and I could, whoops, he wanted to get a bath. I could UV resin them on the top of the butterfly. So, I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with these. So, I love making them and setting them aside. And then I'll pull them out later if I think of something I could use them on. Did anything else need demolded? No. We're working on the butterfly. So, we did the first layer was clear. The second layer was clear. And we put the butterflies and the flowers in there. And a dragonfly. As you can see, we're at 2 layers and it's this deep. So we've got 3, 4, 5. We've got like 3 more layers left. It's a really big mold. But I love this mold. And I just got it. And I've only made one so far. And it was beautiful. And my aunt bought it. And so yeah. There's the little feet. Fancy about it. And then what you do is you put your little feet in here. They go out like that. This one needs trimmed. You trim them if you need to. And I put them all in here like this, and then I put some UV resin in there and put them in place. So yeah, there's your claw tub. Soap dish, planner. I was just thinking, yeah, that'd be a cute planner. Because in the bottom, there's a little space. Like these don't just, whoa, I dropped it. Run away, cold tub foot. You put it in here, and there's a little spaces in between, so it can probably, I was thinking so the soap could drain. But yeah, if you use that as a little planner, then you would have a little drainage down there. Yeah. So that's another good idea to use that. So there's the butterfly. I mean, bathtub. Geez, I can't talk when I get on camera. But I do this in real person too, so. So what we're going to do to this one is this one I can't demold it yet. So this one I'm going to put a layer of clear. And I'm going to put that butterfly in like I'm doing these. That's the way I'm doing them. So I got these butterfly. They're supposed to be stickers, but I just put them in there and I don't peel the back off or anything. You can get them in a bunch of packs like this together in one deal on Amazon, fairly cheap. I think they were only like 5 something. And there's like 4 or 5 different kinds of butterflies in different sizes. So yeah, that's what we're going to do on that one. Let's put this to the side. We don't need this. We don't need the box. That's really pretty. We need to finish the top to that. I move these out of the way so they don't get resin on them. Yeah, you want to move your resin. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. Your resin projects, you want to move them to the side, away from your resin that you're going to mix up, because so they can so they don't get touched by the resin, because it can mess up your pieces. And I learned my lesson on that one too. Here's some other things. I got the big fishies. Whoops. That one I just put a whole bunch of crushed crystal in. But it still turned out pretty. That's the bigger fishies. These are the ones I did. I did this one with the gravel that comes out of the fish aquarium. So I thought those were really cute. There's a little fishy I did. Pink. Okay, let's put these little guys back out of the way. And let's get our gloves on and mix up some resin. Now, I'm not using my respirator mask. I don't have it with me currently, but best thing to do is tell you to use yours. Do as I do. Do as I say, not as I do. So, but I've got a big ventilated area. I've got a sliding glass door over here that's cracked open. I'm just in a big area where there's a lot of airflow, so it's not like I'm gonna just be sitting in a room all together with it by myself doing it. And I have this mold. I've done like 3 or 4 of those. This is spoon rest. So I have this over here. We're going to do that one. We're going to work on the butterfly. We're going to finish this one, then this one. And that rose I made with extra just needs topped off a little bit. So we're going to finish off that one. And go from there. If we got any extra, I always make sure that I have molds around me. I have everything set up. Colors I want to use. 99% isopropyl alcohol. I get this off of Amazon. It's called 4 Pro. 99% isopropyl alcohol. So that's what kind I use. I always make sure I've got everything in my reach so that when I sit down and do my projects, everything pretty much is here. So I don't have to get up and around. And I tear off all my paper towels and I stack them on the side where I can easily just grab 1 or 2 at a time as I'm working. So let's mix up some resin. Like I said, I've never seen anybody do what I do. They may do it, but you know, I'm on a tight budget. I'm disabled and I'm trying to build this. I'm selling stuff, but I'm not making enough money really to get much profit. I'm pretty much making back what I get because, you know, I'm new to it. And that's why I'm starting the videos. I want to get better. I have been doing it for almost 5 years, but I've learned a lot by a lot of mistakes. Wasting a lot of resin that I cried about, but that's just, it is what it is. That's how you learn. So I take water bottles and I make sure that they're dry completely inside before I put anything in them, because you do not want to mix resin with water. So, and then I mark, this is part B, and then the other one's marked part A. And then I just fill these up because I learned that warming your resin up helps with the bubbles. It helps mix better. It just helps all together. So I just take these old Folger coffee containers, put extremely hot water, not boiling water, and then I'll let them sit in here so that they'll be warm. So where's my thing? Okay. So today I'm probably going to mix up, I mixed 12 yesterday. Let's just try to do 10 today. Because while I'm talking, you know, I'm still learning. The resin's sitting here, and it's, I don't know if it's because of weather or not, but it seems to be heating up to set faster. So I'm going to pour, I always pour part B before part A. It just works better that way. So I'm going to pour 5 ounces. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. I use Tea Expert. It's pretty much my favorite right now. Especially budget friendly. It's a good price, especially if you buy 2 gallons at a time. You get a way better deal. So let's do 5 of A and 5 of B. Spoon rest really doesn't take as much as you'd think it was. Okay, we got 5 of A. No, 5 of B. Now we're going to put 5 of A. I'm using Tea Expert. I think I already said that. It's a really great resin. I love it. And I'm not being paid to say their name or anything. That's just what I use, and that's my favorite so far. It works really well. Really well. So I'm looking to the side to make sure I get it at 10. Pour your resin slowly. You don't want to incorporate more bubbles than necessary. Plus, when you're measuring, you pour it in there, and it takes a minute to go down the side to self-level to see exactly how much you got. And we go by volume, not by weight. So people do stuff by weight. I tried that. That's one of my mess-ups a long time ago. It may work for you, but I messed up a lot of projects that way. And couldn't understand why. So let's get this resin mixed up. Always make sure you scrape your sides and the bottom, stirring as slowly as possible. Scraping the bottoms and the sides at all times. So hopefully everyone is having a good day today. Today is Wednesday. And it was like 61, 62 degrees outside today. It was beautiful. Now it's starting to cool down. But I live in Ohio, so we may have 2 feet of snow tomorrow. Hopefully not, God forbid. But yeah, but I think pretty much the weather's been that crazy all around the world. There's a lot of catastrophes going on right now. Natural and unnatural disasters and fires and hurricanes and floodings. And it's just horrible. And I pray for these people every day going through stuff. Sometimes we don't realize how blessed we are until we see how bad a lot of people out there have it. So I am incredibly blessed. God has been really good to me. So yeah, we're just like 3 to 5 minutes is typically what it says. Some resins mix up faster, some resins mix up slower, some resins are thicker, some resins are thinner. So just when you're doing your projects, make sure you get the resin that's right for you and your project. Because if you read the directions on how deep you can pour your resin, because if you pour deep, and you could get a flash cure, and the chemicals can be very harmful, or it could set fire, God forbid. So yeah, you have to, you're working with chemicals, so just be safe, be careful. Let's see, it's still a little cloudy. There's streaks in there. Yeah, how you know it's mixed really well is you don't see no more streaks, trails, or cloudiness. It gets really clear. You do not want to have resin that's not mixed up enough, because you will mess up your projects and waste a lot of resin and time, and then you might sit down and cry about it. I've cried about stuff. Like, I put all that time, I was so careful. But, you know, it happens to the best of us. And I like watching a lot of artists on YouTube. There's Glitz and Glitter. I remember to say her name right. Well, that's the name. I think her name's Michelle. I watch her. She's amazing. Reptiles and Resin. I've been watching her lately. I love watching her videos. Shout out to Reptiles and Resin. And Glitz and Glitter. Sorry I don't know your name, honey. Can't remember. I think I've heard it before, but let's see. Was that Julie with Pouring Your Heart Out? She's an amazing lady. I've watched a lot of her videos over the years, so give all y'all a shout out, and thank you so much for pushing your videos out there and giving us a chance to watch and learn and grow with you. I appreciate you all. And there's others, those are the ones I've been watching, and other ones I can't remember their names, and I'm sorry. But I try to give you guys credit. You guys work really hard. And you're kind enough to put your videos out there to let us learn from you. And that's what I want to do. I want to learn more. And it's been about 5 years, like I said, but this is the first time I actually got my own apartment and got to the point where I can actually make my videos to share with others so that they can learn from me and I can learn from you. So that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see. It's pretty clear. You don't see no trails or any cloudiness, but there it is. Okay. Okay. So first of all, let's do this one. I'm going to spray some isopropyl alcohol in here so don't get bubbles around the edges in there. Shoot. Wait a minute. I wanted to put some, let me see. Sorry. I wanted to put some crushed crystal in this layer. The first two layers are clear, but I see a little bit of crushed crystal in there. So, and I want to do crushed crystal on that one and that one too, so this should do it all. So I'm going to pour some in here. Some crushed crystal. Open it away from your projects, because even though I open it away from the project, you're still going to see it fly. See this purple fly? Isn't that beautiful? I'm sure you see him. I see him in the air. It's so fine. Like, so I'm going to use about that much. And that's probably, that's quite a bit actually. You can only use, well, you can use as much as you want, but as everyone else suggests, and I learned, unless you want it to look like this, I put a bunch of crushed crystal in. Whoa. It ran away and I can't do it. Sorry. But it turned out cloudy. I mean, it still looks beautiful, but it just depends on what look you're going for. So I reuse my sticks. This actually looks like a brand new one. I reuse my sticks, so wipe your sticks off, reuse them. Once they have resin on them, they've been used, and you wipe them off and they dry, then it helps not to get more bubbles into your projects from the wood, because they're sealed. If you can see that crushed crystal in there, how it sparkles. Oh, there's a hair. I have puppy dogs. Clean and vacuum, but if you got puppy dogs, you're going to have hair, so. Isn't that beautiful? So we still got resin in here. I mean, still got alcohol, but I'm going to spray a little bit more. So let's pour some in here. I'm going to put some flowers and stuff in here for this layer. Okay. So that's good on that. Okay, and we're going to do the same on this one. Spray with some alcohol. You can see down there at that one. I'm going to fill that one up to the top. With these molds, with these boxes, I've learned that you need to fill them up just a little bit domed over the top of the edge of the mold, so that when you set them on the box, they won't slide. Because I had that issue with a couple of lids, and I tried to fix them, but I think I'm just going to have to remake the lids, because they slide, and I don't like that. So yeah. So we got that one. Now we're going to do the butterfly. Said we're going to do a thin layer of this on the butterfly. And then we'll, after it's set, I'll take it out of the mold and I'll dome it, because it seems to be making it look really, really nice. And scraping, like I've said in other videos, I have learned, since I poured this into another cup from the original container that I mixed in, it's all mixed. But if you scrape the container, oh, look at that. I just broke the stick. If you scrape the container from the original one, okay, it's the first time this has happened. Go figure. Oh well, it's just a stick. So let's get another stick. If you scrape your container that you originally mixed your resin in, you're going to get some cloudy spots, especially if you're doing a clear project. So it's best advised, when you scrape the rest of your resin out of that original container that you mixed it in, that you put it into another container and mix it up. Again, to make sure it's all evenly incorporated. Got a bubble here. I don't know if y'all can see. I need better equipment, but this is what I got. This is what I'm working with. I'm going to push this butterfly down, get all the bubbles out from underneath the bottom of it. Once I get these things going and, you know, make enough money, then I can start getting some better equipment and doing things better. So, thank you to whoever watches, subscribes, likes my videos, because it helps support what I do so that I can grow this little small business. It's really small compared to others, but you got to start somewhere. It doesn't happen overnight. Well, maybe it does for some people, but I worked hard. It's 5 years into this, you know, when you're on, and I'm very blessed that I have my disability. You know, I'm disabled. I'm very blessed and I'm very thankful. I'm just going to go around the edge. But, I don't want to be this way forever, and I'm working hard trying to build something that I can do, because my body, with fibromyalgia and chronic pain and other things, it just doesn't allow me to work like I used to. But I did work all my life, so I wore my body out, and my back's all messed up. So I think that's good. That's good. Let's see now. What color do we want to do this one? Let's see if I can, just when I think I got it all together. I don't. So this one, nothing special. Go move it over here, out of the way. Crossbox lid. Maybe I'll push that back over there. Trying to make some room so I can bring this out here where you can see it. The butterfly, because I don't want that resin to sit in the jug that deep right now. So this one here, yeah, resin's a little warm. Let's see, what colors should we use? Oh, I wanted to do, let's do the purple. Like I said before in the other ones, which I forgot to do, is I'm just going to pour a little bit of resin in here because I'm using mica powders. So what I do is I just pour a little in here. I'm going to use this beautiful rich purple natural mica pearl powder. I got these on Amazon. What's the name brand? Vitaria, V-I-T-A-R-I-E is the name of these beautiful pigments. So what we're going to do is I want it to be nice and rich and dark. Okay, this is the best way of doing it, I've found. You can do it either way. It's the best way for me. A little bit of resin, your powder. Now I'm going to stir this up. So that it's powder, so it kind of flings to the sides. It could clump up in little balls. Trying to show you and watch what I'm doing at the same time. Look at that beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love purple. Purple's like my favorite color. Pinks, purples, blues, teals. Yeah. There's a lot of beautiful colors. It's hard to pick a favorite. I'm like, why pick a favorite when there's so many beautiful? But see, this allowed me to mix this up really good without putting a whole bunch of bubbles in there, because I'm going to mix it up really good. Scraping the side. Make sure you scrape your sides. There's still some of that unicorn crushed crystal in there, so that's fine. So now that that's mixed, now I'm going to add more resin. It mixes up way better. So I'm going to put most of this in here. Save a little clear. I found it's always wise to save a little clear just in case you're on a project and you need that clear. See, now I can mix this up without whipping it. Whip it real good. That old 80s songs. And look at that color. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. If I should leave as is or put a little bit of crushed crystal in it. Let's try a little crushed crystal in this. It's cool. We can do that. Just a little. Try to hold it away from everything because it flies everywhere. So let's try this with the crystal one. Let's see. Now more mixing. Okay, now we've got all that beautiful mica color with a little extra sparkle. We all could use a little extra sparkle in our life, right? Okay. Yeah, gorgeous color. Okay, we're going to do that in this one. This one here is like this. So, yeah, there's a piece of resin in there. Piece of set resin. Okay. It's got a few speckles in there, but I'm using dark anyway, so I'm going to make sure I get resin all down. Not resin. A lot of alcohol down in these cracks, so I don't have a bunch of bubbles down in there. And some people don't use a lot of alcohol. I do. Seems to work for me. My molds seem to be fine, but I guess they say some more of the gorgeous, isn't it? Look at that. Ooh wee. Pour it little by little and let it all sink down in there. Pour it slowly so it can go where it needs to go. Now at first I wasn't sure about this, but you could do it with it like that, but I think it's meant to pinch it with something after it's done. I mean, after you're done putting the resin in it. And then there's just a very thin thing you got to trim up. So yeah, I put something on it and I pinch it. If I can't find anything, I've used a hair clip. It worked. Some kind of clip or something, however. But yeah, that's so pretty. I love, love, love purple. It's not quite enough to fill it all the way up. Let me see. Let's scrape and let's see. Maybe it will. It's just about up there. But I do have a little bit more clear on the side over here, so I fill it all the way up. And like a lot of things you can't pour deep. But this one I've been able to pour deep. The cross, because the sides that come up here are really thick. Now see, when I push that together, yeah, it's about full right now. Yay! I don't know how I guessed exactly how much to go in there. My guesstimations are just working today, I guess. Scrape, scrape, scrape. This resin has all been mixed up good, so you can scrape it. So, find a place to put that down. And so, what's going to happen is we might get a little bit of overflow. That's okay, but these bubbles here, see the bubbles around there? I want to try to do this to try to push them up, but I think they're going to stay up until I pinch this with something. So yeah, I'm going to have to get a clippy and clip this and see those bubbles, but if I go like this and work it around, if it's pushed up and clipped together, see those bubbles coming out? There they come. Yeah. But I'm probably going to have to do it again because I'm probably going to wait till I get off camera and then go find my clip. That's one thing I didn't bring in here. So yeah, we got that one going. We get that. Let's see. This rose over here needs to be finished. Maybe I could put a little clear back there. Just needs a tiny little bit. Not much at all. Okay, that's full. This is what's just a tad bit left. I'll find something for that off the camera. Let's see. What am I going to do now? Oh, I need to put these flowers in here. I want to do, whoops. I'll just give you a shook. I'm so sorry. Just shake your world. We're still recording. Yeah, we're still recording. I got these on Amazon. There's a bunch of different flowers in there, and they're stickers. I wanted something clear to go in here. Okay, I'm having issues with the gloves. There we go. So what I'm going to do, you want to put everything in backwards because I'm working backwards in this project. So I'm going to put this little guy down in here. Come on, get off my gloves. Then I'll have to situate it with a stick once I get them down in here. And some background flowers. This is lavender. So pretty. There's a lot in here for like, I think I paid like $5 for them on Amazon. And there's a whole bunch of sheets of different kinds of flowers. Different colors. So I'm making this in layers to be the dimensional. Like a 3D type effect. I'll put these in here approximately where I want them, and then when I'm done, then I'll take a stick and I'll move them around to exactly where I want them. If I can get this one off. Come off. There you go. Going down. Now we got to put you in backwards. There we go. I'm going to have to flip that one over because the front of it is going to be the bottom when I get done. That's how I'm making this one. So you want to make sure that everything is backwards so that you can see your project. You can see all the beauty of all the stuff that you're putting in there. I wanted to be a lot of flowers and stuff in the background. And then the next layer, I'll put some colors that I want, that I can, it's kind of opaque but kind of see through at the same time. If that makes sense. So that I could put the lights in it. And then there'll be a backing coat color. You can back it in a color to try to cover up the back of your lights and have more color in the background so that your colors will shine through. Come on, get down in there, little sticker. Get off my finger. That's not where I wanted you, but okay. And we use this little pokey thing that I've been using. I've got these little micro brushes that a lot of people use. They're awesome. I need to flip that one over. There you go. Flip yourself over. And then move them around exactly where they want them and push them down little by little and make sure there's no bubbles underneath them. Make sure all the bubbles rise up. Make sure they're where I want them so you can see them in the background. Little bubbles coming up out of there. Put this one down here. Move this one over a little bit. Put it down here. Just move them around where you want them. Push them down. Get them bubbles out. Try to make sure you can see them in the void spots where there's nothing in between and behind the butterflies. And other flowers, stickers that I got down in there. Get your bubbles up, pop them best you can. Okay, so we're going to spray some alcohol on this one. Bubbles like to form around here, so make sure you get that underneath there, in the back of that. Good. Spray that, spray that, spray that. Okay, I think that's all we're going to do today, and I'll be making another video with the reveal. So I think that's it. Thank you for sticking with me. Hope you learned something. You can like, share, comment, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And if you see something that I've done that maybe you can give me some pointers on, you can help me. Or if you have any questions, just comment and I'll get back to you when I can. So thank you for staying with me, and hope you all have a blessed day. Mwah. Bye. Love you all. Stay blessed.